Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at SMT in Nuremberg, and I'm joined by Thorsten from Co-Young and Louis Orange from DEK. Guys, thanks very much for talking to me. Thanks for your time. You guys have been collaborating on a system. Both have products that are very strong in the market, have very clear reasons for being purchased, clear ROIs, but together are adding more value. Thorsten, if you can start by telling me how the collaboration came about and what you're actually providing.
Right, so how the collaboration came about is because Co-Young has been delivering 3D measurement for paste inspection, for paste process control in customers. Mm-hmm. This is where companies such as DEK have seen these machines suddenly placed behind their printers, giving them all sorts of feedback that, of course, they were trying to understand. So we were approached by DEK about this, saying, can you help us, can you explain to us what the machine visualizes, what these customers are trying to interpret or trying to tell us what is, I wouldn't say wrong with the printer, but how it can be optimized. So yes, it was driven by customers that we were placed behind one another or together, adjacent, and the collaboration then went further as we provided DEK with the measurement system for their lab in Weymouth, and that certainly allowed them to look at the precision of the system, but also the possibilities that it gives for feedback, and where Co-Young has the potential to give process optimization hints and input.
And do something with it. And Louis, the information that you get from the Co-Young is measurement, is data. Turning that data into something that actually adds value for the customer, actually improves their processes, is what you've been able to do with the closed loop software.
Yes, basically we're taking information regarding the offset and the alarms and errors and messages and amount of warnings, etc. that they get, and we take that, we analyse that data, we take a sample over a large sample, depending on what the production run is, and we look at taking that data, rather than making decisions immediately on just a single print, we actually take the data and we produce over 10, 20, 30 prints. Mm-hmm. So we're taking a good statistical number of prints before we make any decision, and then we'll use that information, make an educated decision on that, and then feed that back into the printer software.
Okay.
This is all something that would have been done by an engineer probably in the past. They would have had to make those decisions themselves, but as we know, human intervention, somebody will do something one way, somebody will do it another way.
It'll work on one shift, maybe not on another. So.
Yes, so what this does is that actually makes the decision exactly the same for all of the machines in the line, and it makes it the same today, tomorrow, and the next day, so that decision is always consistent.
Okay, and in terms of the optimization, does that happen on the fly, or is there an impact on the number of boards I can get through my production line?
Well, in actual fact, what we found in all of the testing and the customers are running that's product now, it's actually increased the amount of boards that they can produce. Okay. One of the things that it does allow us to do is, and we found this in most cases so far, that you can push out the cleaning frequency. Right. So the example we had was a very good one over in Asia, where the customer was cleaning every 8 boards. Right. And we put the automatic cleaning adjustment on overnight, period of 12 hours. They were able to push the cleaning out to every 14. Okay. Which, when you take the cost of the fabric rolls and the consumable, the solvent, not to mention the waste that you produce when you're using these things, that's a significant, that's 75% more utilization of the machine. So not only are they getting better yields at the end of the line, they're getting more boards through. So they can increase targets, produce more, make more, save more money. So there's huge benefits in saving money as well as being able to produce more as well.
As increasing yield and reducing scrap. And I think that's really important when we look at measurement equipment. I know you prefer to think of it as measurement than inspection, but regardless, if an inspection is saying, yes, this is a good board, no, this is a bad board, that isn't enough, is it? The customers need to know what they can do about it, why it's happened.
Definitely. So you're trying to measure a process, and you're trying to keep your process inside specific tolerances. Reacting on defects is never a good option. Yes, it may be your only option if you're not accurate enough to monitor the process. But any slight deviation in the process that can be expressed in numbers, whether it's a volume drift, whether it's an offset drift. So doing an actual preemptive correction before a defect happens, that is what is the aim. And yes, just reacting to defects is never good enough. Trying to keep the process and having that accurate automated feedback to keep tolerances on offset, on print volume, that's where it is beneficial.
And this kind of first date, if you like, it's a start of a relationship, or it's a one-off date? Is this a process that will continue to be improved and you'll be able to provide more solutions along with these kind of partners? Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, we've already discussed here at the show how we're going to take this forward. We already have some fantastic feedback from our customers regarding what they would like to see next in it. So this is just the first step in a long-term relationship.
And that's feedback that'll go to Thorsten, and feedback from your customers you'll be able to share.
Absolutely, and I mean that's the identical feedback. We're learning more about the data that we're collecting at customer sites now that we're officially putting our brains together, and we're trying to see forward what kind of cause and effect we can correlate better, automate better.
As I said, for the customers.
The human interpretation is there. People have been doing this, but it's not very consistent. But once we can automate this and look at the data a little more detailed and expand on it, we will surely find ways how to expand this, and that's where.
And I think the key word that you said is optimization, and it's reducing costs but increasing yield, reducing scrap, adding value to the process and reducing the downtime in the line. It makes all the difference. Guys, thanks very much for your time. Thanks for chatting to me.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil.